Thank you, please take your seats. Our transformational, goal-oriented, and #1 Vice Chancellor, the very distinguished Professor Lilian Imoti Salami, will be represented by the Deputy. Please put your hands together. Our Vice Chancellor is being represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Professor Ray Ozowa. All the principal officers of our great university, the provost, deans and directors, professors emeriti, other esteemed professors and erudite scholars here present, top government functionaries, your royal highnesses, Great University aspirants, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the 304th in the inaugural lecture series of the University of Benin. To be delivered by a distinguished academic, he is Professor Christopher Osamujame and more power. Please put your hands together. He is the Professor of Agricultural Production, Economics and Resource Utilization. He will be speaking on the topic inefficiencies and resource, poverty amidst abundance, the dilemma of smallholder farmers. May I now respectfully invite the Registrar and Secretary to Council, Mr. Ademola Bobola, ably represented by the Deputy Registrar Senate Matters, Mrs. Comfort Egiato, as she introduces the Vice Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor's procession. Please put your hands together.
I welcome you all to the 304th inaugural lecture in the series of this great university. The Registrar of the University, Mr. Ademola Bobola, is a non-official assignment and he has asked me to stand in for him. He sends greetings to you all. I am Comfort Enyegure Ayegiato, Deputy Registrar Senate Matters. Permit me to stand on the already established protocol by the representative of the Public Relations Officer of this university and to introduce the Vice Chancellor's procession. Today's procession is led by our able 4th and result-oriented Vice Chancellor, who also holds numerous portfolios, namely, she is currently the chairperson of the Vice Chancellors of all the Nigerian universities. She is the Vice President of the Association of African Universities, a member of Council of the Governing Board of NACTO, JAM in Petron. She is also the recipient of the prestigious award of African Pillar Education. She is an illustrious daughter who has also imparted on the traditional institution. She holds the title of the Organizer of Igara. And she has recently just been conferred with she is the Yeye Meso of Ondo Kingdom. I therefore crave your indulgence to present to this great audience our very own Vice Chancellor, who is ably represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Ray Ozolo. Other principal officers, provosts, deans, and directors in our profession are as follows. Professor Mrs. Catherine Palmer, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Admin. Professor B.A. Anide, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Ekema. Mr. G.O. Sadolo, our acting bossa. The acting university librarian is Barrister Walter Legacy. The Provost College of Medical Sciences, represented here by Professor Mrs. Vivian Omoimo. Professor S.A. Aliu, Acting Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies. Our Dean of Students, Professor A.C. Igodaro. The Host Dean, Faculty of Agri, Professor D.N. Izeko. Is represented by Dr. G.F. Eyenwa. Dean, School of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor F.O. Agoreyo. Dean, School of Dentistry, Professor F.O. Omorigi. Dean, Faculty of Education, Professor K.A. Omorobiwa. The Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Professor E.A. Ogunjo. The Dean, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, represented here by Dr. Jeff Woody. The Dean of Faculty of Law, Professor I.O. Omori. The Dean, Faculty of Life Sciences, Professor N.J. Owe. The Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, represented by Dr. S.C. Agawa. The Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Professor E.O. Ayowuyi. Director of Distant Learning Program, Professor O. Aidogo. Director of Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Professor E.E. Giabi. Director of Center for Educational Technology, Professor H. Oekena. Director of 10th Form Center of Excellence, Professor Mrs. Ijoma Obu. Director of Center for Sustainable Development Goals, Professor Mrs. U. Iguju. Director, University Advancement Office, Professor Eddie Eraide. Director of Advanced Digital Engineering Center, ADEC, Professor Mrs. P.E. Ogube. Director of Research and Development Office, Professor M.A. Bankole. Director of Students Guidance and Counseling, Education, Dr. Mrs. I.F. Yamu. Acting Director, Central Research Lab, Dr. Andrew Anegawan. Leading the Vice Chancellor's procession is Senior Assistant Registrar, Senate Matters, Mrs. Emiye Odia. I now have the honor and privilege to invite our dear Vice Chancellor, represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Professor Gray, to introduce the inaugural lecturer for today.
Greatest Yoruba. Good evening, everyone. Professors, as I would always say, ancient and modern. Please permit me to align with the protocol that has been very well established by the representative of the PRO. And I bring you very warm greetings from our delectable, vivacious Madam Vice Chancellor, who is unable to join us at this point in time because she's just been held back by an official assignment. This is our usual fascinating ritual. She would have loved to be here herself. Please, I'll proceed now to read her address verbatim. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 304th in the inaugural lecture series of this university. Today's lecture is the 75th to be delivered in my tenure as Vice Chancellor of this university. The 13th in the Faculty of Agriculture. And the first in the Department of Agricultural Economics. I'm pleased to inform you that examinations have commenced in the various faculties, schools, and institutes for the second semester of the 2022-2023 academic session. I solicit the usual cooperation of all stakeholders in ensuring that the university examinations are conducted with the highest level of standards that this university is known for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce our lecturer for today. He is Professor Christopher Olomukoro. The title, thank you very much. Thank you. The title of his lecture is Inefficiencies and Resource Poverty Amidst Abundance, the Dilemma of Nigerian smallholder farmers. Professor Christopher Olomukoro was born in St. Philomena Hospital, Benin City, on the 7th of October 1970 to Pa John Ekwe Olomukoro and Mrs. Roslyn Ewaikin Olomukoro ní Obaseki. He attended first, that's in September 1975, the Shua Primary School 94, where his mom was his first classroom teacher and his dad was the headmaster. He later completed his primary education in 1981 at Uwa Primary School, Benin City, when his dad was transferred to Benin. Same year, he gained admission into Edo College, Benin City, from where he obtained the West African School Certificate in 1986. He gained admission into the University of Ibadan in 1988 to study agronomy and graduated in 1994 on account of a prolonged industrial action by the Academic Staff Union of University ZASU. He participated in the mandatory one-year National Youth Service in the Agricultural Department of Bende Local Government Council, Abia State, from 1994 to 1995. He taught at Presentation National High School, Benin City, from 1995 to 2006. He was a lecturer in Benson Daosa University, Benin City, from 2006 to 2010. He completed his MSc thesis
in agricultural economics in 1998 and obtained a PhD degree in agricultural economics in 2006, both from the great University of Benin. Professor Olomukoro joined the services of this university as a senior lecturer in 2010 and rose through the ranks to the position of professor in 2016. He was awarded the Commonwealth Professional Scholarship, Terrible at the Lancaster Environmental Center, Lancaster University, United Kingdom, in 2015. Professor Inaugural has held several administrative positions within and outside the university. A few examples are the chairman, Beef, Slaughtering and General Sales Subcommittee, Uniben Farm Project, 2010 to 2013. Assistant Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, University of Benin, 2011 to 2014. Faculty Representative, School of Postgraduate Studies Board, 2013 to 2014. Acting Head, Department of Agricultural Economics and Extension Services, 2013 to 2015. Faculty Representative, Directorate of Exchange Linkages and Internationalization, 2016 to 2023. The co-investigator, Uniben Lancaster University Partnership on GCRF Recyclate Project 2017 to 2021. Principal Research Fellow, Lapo Institute of Microfinance and Enterprise Development 2018 to 2019. Project Manager, Actuate UK Translation Project 2018 to 2021. Director, Center for Distance Learning 2020 to 2023. Professor Olomukoro belongs to several professional bodies and associations. Outside, just mention few. Member, National Association of Agricultural Economists. He is a member, Farm Management Association of Nigeria. He is a member, African Association of Agricultural Economists. Member, Agricultural Society of Nigeria. As a fellow of the Commonwealth Professionals. He has over 50 articles in local, national, and international peer-reviewed journals. He has contributed several chapters to books and has written 14 technical reports. He currently serves as external examiner for undergraduate and postgraduate programs and is a professorial rank assessor to several universities. Professor Olomukoro has successfully supervised 9 PhD and 41 MSc theses. He has served as consultant to several ministries, departments, agencies, and private concerns. He loves reading and playing Scrabble. He is happily married to Mrs. John Olomukoro, and they are blessed with 3 children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to, on behalf of Madam Vice Chancellor, invite Professor Christopher Olomukoro to deliver his lecture.
Deputy Vice Chancellors, Principal Officers, the academic dignitaries here present, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to be standing here this evening to deliver this inaugural lecture titled Inefficiencies and Resource Poverty amidst abundance, the dilemma of smallholder farmers in Nigeria. Madam Vice Chancellor, I would like to dedicate this lecture to my late dad, Olomukoro. He was the very first successful plantation agriculturist that I knew, and to my two elder brothers, Dr. Michael and Mr. Olomukoro. It was upon their shoulders that I stood as a young boy, observing the critical need for farm-level research into inefficiencies among smallholder farmers, and I respect them greatly for that. Madam Vice Chancellor, this being the very first in the inaugural lecture series, coming from my Department of Agricultural Economics and Extension Services, I would like to give some clarification to the concepts that you can see on the title. Starting with inefficiencies. Inefficiencies refer to the inability of farmers to get the maximum from their production inputs. Most times, inefficiency is confused with productivity. A farmer can be productive. As far as you are getting something from your farmland, you are productive. But is that the maximum you can get? Efficiency addresses maximum output per unit of input. With respect to resource poverty, it has to do with resource poor farmers. Farmers that are so poor that they cannot even afford the basic requirements for productivity on their farmland, things like farmland, farm inputs, and so on and so forth. Smallholder farmers have been described by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, that is the body responsible for regulating food security issues in the world, as farmers that have less than and not greater than 10 hectares. It can range from crop farmers, pastoralists, and even animal farmers. Although with respect to animal farming, we are more interested in the flock size and the density of stocking. With respect to agricultural economics as a discipline, it is a marriage of agriculture and economics. So we apply the principles of economics in solving farm-level issues. Madam Vice Chancellor, it is important to explain that there are several disciplines in agricultural economics, but I am focusing on agricultural production economics and resource utilization because this is where I decided to pitch my tent. And in this, we assist farmers in achieving efficiencies from their inputs per unit of time. There are two key goals that we pursue in agricultural production economics and resource utilization. We provide guidance to these farmers because the farmers, they are largely uneducated, not in a derogatory manner. They are very smart, but they are not schooled formally, most of them.